Alright, last time on Four Men Enter, our intrepid heroes had met with the Guzzlers and been told to follow them to the dome. Whatever this dome is, nobody knows, but we probably already know because of the title and all the theme of the run. But back into character.
Yeah,
So,
you're extremely subtle, Bob.
yes. So, you guys begin to follow. I hope are you gonna follow the Guzzlers after like they spend an hour trying to fix their car after you destroyed the shit out of it.
I'll help fixing their
Nitro.
car to speed up the process.
Not until I get some answers.
Yeah.
All right, and Skip's there, and like as you're fixing up the car, he'll answer any questions you got.
Okay, one, why should we follow them? Because we're just supposed to be picking up prisoners and pacifying the general population.
Following me. You're here for the tithe, aren't you? You know, the Shadow Riders coming in and taking our best and brightest warriors, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
the best place for that to be is, well, the three tribes is at the dome. So, you know, that's the best place for all the warriors to be cannon at, because the Scorched are trying to claim the spoils of Mount Franklin. But, you know, we've also got to fight for the Mount Franklin, so we've got a dome going. And you know, so best place to find our top boys is probably there.
And then to put the Scorchers back in line would also be to compete in this.
Do you ask him about the Scorchers, or is that like something? Yeah.
Well, no, like the Johnson said that we were supposed to make the Scorchers chill out because they were overstepping their bounds.
Yeah.
Would this be the best way to do it?
It might be.
Okay.
He does reply in character. Well, if the Scorch were like beaten by the champions of whoever challenges them, then they'd pretty much have to do what they said. The dome. Those are the rules of the dome. You go in the dome, you fight in the dome. But if you win in the dome, you got control.
what weapons are you allowed to bring into the dome?
You're not allowed to bring weapons in, or at least you're not allowed to hold weapons and carry them in. And its rules are simple: 2 men enter, 1 man leave.
So no bringing in knives at all.
Well, occasionally they drop down some weapons for you, and you go that. And I've known a few sneaky buggers sneak in a couple of shanky sticks, but that's frowned upon, but you know, still gets done.
All's fair in love and war, right?
Yeah, it doesn't break the rule. 2 men enter, 1 man leave. As long as 2 men enter and 1 man is the only one who comes out, then it's all fair good, mate.
Armor allowed?
Yeah, you can bring armor, but you know, might restrict your movement or whatever. If you can afford armor.
Well, I'm wearing armor,
that.
so...
Yeah, you should be fine then, mate.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I go and collect my shuriken out of that guy's stomach, by the way.
Yeah, they don't even mind that they're leaving him for the buzzards. Not the buzzards, the incredibly deadly spiders.
So okay, probably last question. If we walk in there, are we going to be gagged and bound and all our shit taken away from us?
No. You're Shadow Riders, aren't you? Oh, I get it. You're Outriders. So you don't know much about the clans, do you?
No.
No, I've been out of town for a while, man.
Alright. So, I'll explain it to you so you don't seem like such Outriders. Outriders ain't real trusted around here, but you know, you're Shadow Riders. So, you gotta give you the respect and stuff. Alright, there are 3 main tribes, right? There's the Scorched, who are big, scary motherfraggers. They go around like fire. Lots of fire. They've got an initiation where basically you gotta put your face into a burning fire on a steaming hot thing. I don't know, I ain't one of them. But it burns it off your face. If you survive and don't go backtrack, then you're part of them and you're permanently in it, because your whole part of your face is fragged up and scarred and dreck. But they've been getting big. They've got a lot of muscle, doing a lot of raids. So they're wanting the spores of Mount Frankie. Then you got the
right.
Then you got the then you got the Stormborn, right? These are crazy motherfraggers. What they do, right, for their initiation ceremony, they force you to drive through a mana storm. Look, Sydney Sunshine, right up there. You just got to go straight through the guts. If you get out the other side alive, you're in. Also, drive.
Well, I've done that before, man.
Fucking, more battier than batshit. So they're a bit on the woofy side, and they've got a leader. They followed the Grand Matron, and she's the one who gives the prophecies. I ain't know about much of her, but she seems like a top here.
And this is the Stormborn, right?
Yeah.
So we're just talking about, okay.
Yeah. Then you got the Gazlers. Those are my lad. So what we do, we like to go fast, and we like our vehicles. So our initiation is you gotta and he kind of like sits back and like thinks about it, because he looks like he hasn't actually gone through the initiation himself, and he basically comes up and says, well, what you gotta do is you gotta build your own car or your own vehicle from scratch, right? So that means you gotta start raiding all over the joint, and then you gotta try and drive it through the hive.
A hive.
Yeah, what's the hive?
Right, far to the northwest, even more northwest in the Burning Sands, deep in the red heart of Australia. There's this place called the Hive, where massive, what do they call them? Not the war anthills, but basically big piles of dirt, and inside the dirt is these things called the bugs, and the bugs.
Oh.
Well, they don't like humans or whoever you might be, and they'll catch you, and then they'll turn you into a bug. So you stay the frag away from them, and you hope your wheels of thunder can drive you through it without them catching you or doing weird dreck to that. If you make it back in time, I mean your car didn't break down, and you got what it takes to be a guzzler.
So you have to outrun insect spirits to join your group.
Yeah. They don't leave too far from their lives because they don't need to. I ain't bug science man.
I'm sure you've got it, man. I'm sure you got it. Thanks for the assist. Okay, so new plan, people.
A face palm and just slowly walk away.
Okay, so right now our current plan was walk into the Scorchers, the scorched main base of operations, kill everyone that is like kill 90% of them, and then just let them come back slowly. That was my original plan, at least. So now I'm thinking the Thunderdome thing is the way to go. Are any of you good in like hand-to-hand combat?
As long as I have a knife.
Because I've got like metal bones and shit, and my sword does as much damage as my fists do.
I have an idea. I have a question to the guy I'm helping fix the car.
Yeah?
Is gambling a thing in this dome?
Oh, yeah, totally. Some of the boys will get around the dome, make sure you can see the real blood getting good shanking in, and they'll bet their rations or whatever they got. It's real barter, but they bet. Pretty big.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a lot of water, more than I need. So.
You got water? Oh, could I have a drink?
I'll give them a liter.
Boys, the Outriders, they brought us water, and they're like,
Only one
Oh.
heater. They could share it if
yeah,
they
no,
want.
they're like, basically just drop everything they're doing, and it's like, oh, I ain't seen water this pure before. It ain't even brown.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, we're pretty well supplied, mates. Yeah, we have our own supply.
They start drinking it, and they split it between themselves, and they're like, oh, you're alright for Outriders, aren't you?
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
you ever need guzzler protection, you come to us and our boys. That's Grunk says that, and he's a big sort of human who's like got chains tied all around him and like tire shoulder pads. His body's like completely red from all the sunburn that he basically permanently has, and he's called Grunk because he's got like a fungal infection from the sunburn, and they call it Grunk, like that kind of pus and shit. So he got named affectionately after that.
Yeah,
So
anyway,
basically, he has leprosy.
Effectively,
Ew.
leprosy is something different, man.
it's not contagious.
Still.
Okay, so, I take it there aren't any rules in these fights, yeah?
Oh, there's one rule: 2 men enter, 1 man leave. That's about it.
Yeah,
No.
okay. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I'm gonna get pissed. Where's me June?
Yeah, you pull out your goon. And yeah, they basically like spend a couple more minutes and it's like, oh, hit the engine, yeah, and like blast it, and they've fixed it. So they all whoop with jubilation and say, right, you coming?
Yeah, mate. Do you want to take the van or do you want to, keep it safe in case someone tries to nick it?
Oh, take your van. Yeah, might as well.
I was asking Road Spike if he wants to.
Ah,
Yeah.
shit.
I'm gonna drive the van, but someone needs to drive the bike that I'll be leaving, unless it's one of those things where I could slave it and have it follow.
Just tie
No,
it to
stick
the
your bike in the
roof.
back.
Oh yeah, I could stick it to the roof and tie it with rope. I have a rope. Yeah,
I've
let's
got
do
two-
that.
I have 200 deep. I have 200 feet out of 2 feet.
Since I'm gonna take my van, I won't be driving my bike, so I am tying my bike in my roof.
Fair enough. So I'll give you like some time to roleplay amongst yourselves as the guzzlers start to drive ahead, and you follow them. I assume.
Well, what have we gotten us into? Not all of them, mate. Not all of them.
Just
Down in
most.
Sydney. Most of them when they get, when they get a bit of Sydney sunburn. When they spend a bit of time in the Manastorms, they get a bit loopy. I never saw it go this bad though. I saw one gang, their entire shtick was they ripped their own eyes out with their hands.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Fun fact: you're probably working for them.
Tricking
Uh,
disease.
Yeah. Like. Yeah. That was like the street gangs in fucking Seattle are nothing compared to them. These guys will
Appears
kill you.
so.
Looking forward to it.
Like the street gangs in Seattle, like you pay them, you pay your protection and they're gonna leave you alone. The street gangs in Australia, you pay your protection and then they shank you 7 times and then they take your dick off, say it's initiation, and you become one of them.
I mean, I've experienced similar things.
No, what? Yeah. What were you saying? Sorry.
Nothing.
So if it's 2 men in or 1 man leave, Who's going first? Do we
Oh,
want to
mate.
Not
do
entering.
we want to make a big statement, or do we want to wait a while? Like, do we want to send our smaller people in first?
Oh, I'll go in first. I'll be the small person to go. Is that a height joke? You talking shit about me?
Not
I
intentional.
mean, you seriously have a height complex, though, bro.
What you talking about, Stumpy?
So long as I don't get in, I'm cool. I'll be supporting you in the sidelines.
Yeah, okay. Your job is to make enough bets on us that we get paid like $4 grand.
Per match.
That's your job. You're our bookie right now.
And throw in weapons if possible.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you want to fight. In which case, you can go in.
I mean, I should be able to smuggle in at least a shuriken or two with me when I go in.
I mean, as long as they throw down something like a club, I believe I'm good. I mean, my disco hammer's my jam, but I could do with other stuff.
Well, if
You
they
can
don't
probably-
throw in a club, you could use anything as a club.
You could probably figure out some more of the intricate rules or slash traditions as you approach.
Yeah.
Get
But we be talking, what?
Alright, so
But yeah.
eventually, unless you guys want to keep talking,
I'm good.
No.
Yeah, let's just move on with it.
eventually you get to the dome and you see an assortment of scrapped up vehicles and what looks to be a makeshift camp in 3 different areas around it. So I'll give it a quick draw.
Where is Guy Fieri when you need him?
Say that again?
Guy Fieri was this one guy who wanted to get on Love Love Metahuman High, and he didn't. So he just sort of stuck around afterwards and drew whatever was happening in the run.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I totally forgot about Guy Fieri.
Those 3 sort of squares are the camp area, and then there's a little bit of no man's land between them, and then there's a big fucking makeshift dome that looks like it's been made out of scrap metal and whatever they could not use in their vehicles, just turned into this massive thing. And there's the main way of spectating is to grab onto it and look down.
I believe I have an image to you, Bob, that would be fitting for this.
Oh?
It's actually a arena in Sweden. Here. Something like that, perhaps, but it has collapsed a bit and tried to be repaired, and the white panels have been removed so people could watch. There's actually wires hanging down from that, so you could, in theory, climb up it. And for everyone on the stream.
This link. People talking in the Twitch chat.
There's Ultralord in the Twitch chat.
Basically, smaller and
Yeah, it's
between them.
yeah, sure. I get that it's smaller, but it's an example of how it looks for everyone watching.
Yeah, basically. All right, so yeah, as you sort of enter, actually, it looks like this. It's a lot smaller.
Fair enough then. Fair enough.
Oh, and there was a big neon sign. Except instead of saying Thunderdome, it says Dunderdome with a D.
Oh.
Rest in peace, Dunder.
You know where to
see.
cut me, don't you, you little shit?
So one of the parts has loads of vehicles. One has like a massive amount of like flaming pilot light just shooting off into the air occasionally, and the other one's just filled with strange chanting. And the guzzlers sort of like leave and let you do your own exploring, so you can explore this. Yeah, so go for it.
So what?
Oh.
You guys can explore the camp now.
I mean, I want to see if there's like some big badass guy fighting in the Thunderdome right now.
No one's in the Thunderdome at the moment.
When does the
They're in
tournament start?
You're not sure. You'd probably have to ask someone.
I tapped that, you know, that black finger that, was so helpful.
Oh, Skip. Yeah, like, happens tonight. See, what we're doing is we're sending the recruits, the new boys, who ain't been, you know, they're not formally initiated into it, but you know, they're also not informally like me initiated into it. So what we're doing is we're gonna see who's worthy and chucking them into the dome and seeing if they can, you know, get some good kicking in and see who's best crop to take in. And he kind of like points to this big sort of like, you know those trucks that transport cattle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Imagine one of those except overcrowded with human beings and meta-human beings.
How's the racial diversity going here?
Pretty good. Yep, it was pretty good. It looks like people who have been captured by their raids and are now being forced to join them. And yeah, they may or may not be going a bit crazy.
And we need sane ones, right?
Yeah,
Mostly
you can walk up to them and like see what's going on. It's not really being guarded. They're just kind of locked in there.
I mean, we have soldiers, not prisoners, so... but as they said, if we beat someone in the arena, then they have to do our bidding, so that's kind of an easy way for us to get the people we want.
Well, we have to beat their champions.
Yeah, but you make it sound hard.
Depends. Actually, I want to go through and like you said, we could get more, or just get more detailed rules of everything that actually goes on. I'd like to do that, like whether it's talking to a lead guzzler or what.
Cool. So you want to like talk around the Guzzlers camp?
I would ask. See, what was that guy's name?
Skip.
The one who was like all poxed up.
Leprosy. Yeah, his name's Grunk. He looks like he's got a bad attitude all the time. So you walk up to him and like try and find him, and he's kind of like getting high on some weird makeshift drug compound, and he kind of looks at you and says, "Outrider, welcome. How can I help?"
Where's the leader?
Oh, give me a second. Just gotta check what the fuck did I call the leader. Panzer is indisposed at the moment on a raid. How can I be of assistance?
I need I'd like to actually know what's more going, what's actually what we're walking into more. Like actually have like detailed rules and whatnot. That way we know if we can actually bring something in or if we're going in nude.
So, you want to know more about the Thunderdome, eh? Or the Thunderdome? Well, rules are simple. You get 2 fresh flesh meats, throw them in the dome. See who survives the longest. Some of the boys chuck down some weapons in. See who grabs them, uses them. You give them a good pat down, making sure they don't bring too much in there. rely on the good old shit we give down. Makes them real desperate for whatever they can get. I remember one time we chucked down a full-blooding chainsaw. Oh, that was good. We're clicking out blood from the sand for days.
Can you imagine if some dickhead signed up to this run with like cyber arms, and they walk into the dome and they have like a pistol hidden in a cyber holster, and they just sort of step into the dome and they're like, fight, bang, bang, dead.
Yeah, that's legit.
I
But
was
like,
about to say that was kind of what I was thinking. I was wishing I had a mundane character.
Should have upped my pit fighter then.
So you do let us bring in weapons. Like I could bring in enough of my own then.
Yeah, but if you take a weapon in, then the other guy has to take a weapon in. Make it fair, you know? We don't really like it when they bring in one-sided fights. It's no fun for the boys watching.
That's fine.
Cool. So while Bywater's
I'd rather
talking to
just walk away.
Grunk, yeah, anyone else just exploring any other place?
I'm checking out the competition. I take it we're fighting for the Guzzlers, yeah? Or are we just fighting on our own team against everyone else?
You would be fighting on your own team against everyone else. If you win the gauntlet of the Dunderdome, you basically become like the leader of the 3 tribes for that day, and they have to do whatever you say.
So we can tell the Scorch to fuck off and don't stir shit. And we can tell all the good ones to get in the fucking van. We're driving into a guy who wants to meet you.
Yeah, there are other ways of getting what you want done, though. You don't have to go into the dome. The dome is actually extremely dangerous and could kill people because they send their champions in and they're actually kind of good.
So let's see if there's a way to circumvent the dome, shall we? As much as I want to fight in the dome with Corsair,
Well, do we have the odds of any of the competition winning, perhaps? We were interested in looking at betting on ourselves as well.
Well, what I'd like to do is turn the if we do decide, like honestly, I kind of want to fight. Let's turn the odds in our favor. Man,
poison, bruv.
Does anybody know anything about chemistry? Does anybody know how to break apart a battery, put it in their water, etc.?
Why would you do that? We dose them
User in your
with
channel
retro.
timed out.
Say again?
We dose them with retro. It is my new favorite drug.
Do you have access to that right now?
I have it in my pocket. Never leave home with a dose of retro.
Retro is
It's my favorite drug.
ingested, right?
Inhalation, actually.
Oh, I was gonna say we have bottles of water that is really desired. If we could lace that, we could do a lot of damage.
Do we have any ingestion?
It's Australia, anything can kill you. You could just like go look for something.
Well, since Bob's not in the call currently, one thing. Yeah, I mean it happens. The Dingoes eat his cables. He has to replace them. I mean, one thing we can do is just, literally just poison whatever their water supply is.
Your channel.
I'm guessing like they have, like each camp has their own place of where they make their own meals, like where everybody makes just meals and hands it out. I mean, we could poison their food supply. I mean, do whatever sort of stuff just to turn stuff in our favor.
Definitely, you can totally sabotage the shit out of this.
But I mean, at the same time, if we just win the Dunderdome, we could just have the Scorched forced to just eat poison and say we're just weeding out the weak ones.
Also true.
Didn't one of us bring shit tons of alcohol?
Holy crap!
Yes.
We could get whoever fighting drunk as crap.
Can't get drunk
Yes.
of goo that easily.
Didn't you have 40 liters for it?
That'll
Maybe.
get someone drunk.
So there
Yeah.
we go.
We
Is
have a
anyone
lot of
drug
options.
addict?
What other drugs do I have?
I have long haul.
I have Zen, which lowers the reaction. I have Rocurium, which is a paralytic.
So there we go. Let's just start spiking food and water.
Yeah, this is why rules exist.
And we're also Shadowrunners. We don't fight clean.
Injection, combat vector.
I have 10 trank patch.
Ooh, that could be interesting.
I just noticed that in my sheet. It's been there since Kerrigan. I have not used it.
Just have one?
I have 10, rating 6.
10 range 6 what?
Trank patch.
So 6 unresisted stun damage automatically. Is
That could
anybody-
work.
No, they get to resist it, I think.
I didn't think you could resist trank patches.
I'll double check. You guys keep talking. Also, if you want to like do some more legwork, you totes can.
Is it possible for us to buy Picrotoxin?
By what? Say again?
Picrotoxin. It's an ingestation vector. Agony plus physical damage. All we do is we dose like 5 bottles of water and we all drink from it, including our enemies. And we have slap patches with antidote slapped. We have antidote patches slapped to our necks, so then we don't get affected.
Do you have them with you? Because I don't.
That's why I'm asking, can we
Could
buy shit?
You probably can't buy shit here, but if you wanted to go out scavenge some snake venom and do that, you might be able to.
Oh yeah, bruv.
You can't.
but
You can't ingest
Snake
snake
venom is digestible. I've
Damn.
drank some before. They're just protein.
Magical snake venom, then.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah,
Quick question: Is it it?
yeah, but winning the actual Thunderdome is going to be harder than you'd think. Okay, do you reckon that we can win? Okay, yeah. How about we do that? We take a quick squiz out the competition. If they're looking like they're hard, we'll dose them up with snake venom.
Wouldn't just regular drugs be easier? I mean, they're obviously
Yeah, I have
all
retro,
drug heads.
so I could probably just dose them. How long does retro take to activate? It is 1 combat turn.
Isn't it that drug that if you lace it with alcohol, it becomes stronger?
No. What
Connection lost. Connected.
What?
Hello? What?
You never left.
Okay, so they decided that they're going to check out the competition and then form a plan on that. Alright, so who's going to go to check out the Scorched and who's going to check out the Stormborn? The Guzzler's champion is currently on a raid and not here.
I'm going to check out the Stormborn because in another run I've actually driven through a mana storm, so I can get some cred.
You're technically one of them.
Like I can actually get some cred.
And then I say at least two of us go to the Scorched because they seem to be the most unstable.
That is an understatement.
Or idea. I'm gonna sneak a fly spy in wherever they are, so we don't literally have to go near them.
Well, it's
Cool.
true. It's true. The Johnson did say that it's fairly easy to tell who's the strongest out of them. So yeah, send your fly spy
Remember,
around.
it's not just strongest, it's most sane and, helpful.
Yeah, like the guy who is able to pick up a car and crush it with his bare hands, but also likes to eat head lice and thinks spiders are his best friends, is not our first choice.
Yes. Okay, so
I
Corsair,
was
I'll go with you.
meaning for the guys that were fighting because they're going to be sending their strongest in after us.
Definitely. Alright, so we'll go with the Stormborn. And as you enter the camp, you hear a lot of weird chanting. Like, you hear, like, back in black. And then you hear TNT, and then someone screams out, Dynamite! TNT! Win the fight! And weird chanting from like just all over in general. And this
I take it
little-
my theme music app has pinged right now and started playing the ACD.
Okay, so and your like your leg is just like, actually no, you're a fucking dwarf. So,
You're a fucking dwarf.
Yeah, I just
You're
realized-
feeling it in your bed, mate.
Next page of my notes. Give me a second. So, like, this kid, he's about your size, and says, Outrider, the Grand Matron, she summons you.
Alrighty then. That
You must
was
follow.
lucky guess, I guess. Lucky guess.
And that he pulls you towards this strange tent atop like a truck, and you enter, and you see this old scarred woman just sitting on a chair, and she's telling them a story, and goes, now there is a land far to the east and far to the north and far to the south and far to the west, where the techno-barbarians live in land, like in settlements larger than anything you've ever seen, next to the water source, which is endless. But because of their treachery, they cannot drink from this big blue, for it is poison. They require machines to drain the poison so they may have the water, yet they squander the water by pouring it on the ground, on plants, and using it for their excrement. Grand Matron, why would anyone waste water? Don't they know that's how you survive? They are twisted by the greed of money. Something that does not exist, but causes them to... Oh, good. Go, children. Grand Matron must speak with this outrider. Come, enter. And as you enter, you notice, like, her eyes are completely white, except for, like, a tiny speck of pale blue. It looks like she's completely blind. As like she hears your footsteps approach.
Hi, you asked for... Sorry. Oh, hi there. You asked for me?
Come closer. You do not sound like an outrider.
Nah. Well, I was born here. This is my home, but had to leave. Yeah, how it is.
Please,
I suppose
let
you
me-
wouldn't.
Let me touch of your flesh to understand you.
Fine.
Do you let her touch your forehead?
Yes. I'm gonna
She
regret
touches
this.
your forehead, and she goes, It cannot be. Ar- You're a disciple of the prophet. You're a disciple of the chosen one.
Fuck.
You learnt under Dunder. Is this true?
Yeah, he was my mate.
You knew him well. Tell me, how is he?
Dead.
What?
He got whacked by his own animals. Like ages ago. You're way behind on the uptake. I thought you were a future seer.
What? My son is dead?
Yeah, sorry about the news. I'm still trying to find the dickhead who did it, but it's hard.
Please keep this information between me and you. The other crazies around here, they revere him as a god. Oh God, he's dead. You mean he's not coming back for us?
No, he's not coming back.
Oh.
He's not.
Do you wish to know the story, then?
Yeah.
Many years ago, I was with child, and I was working for a corporation. I can't even remember them. I think they were called Fuji. It was a lifetime ago. So we were traveling to the desert to study some of the Manastorm activity, when out of nowhere these criminals came and took everyone. We were basically slaves. They forced us to join them, and that is when I had my child. But that is also when I noticed he was different. See, magic did not harm him. He was almost completely immune to any paranormal venoms or magical spells or flame or all of that. He was untouched by the mana. He grew into a strong young boy because of this. All of the magical background didn't affect him. The paracritters, they could not harm him. He grew powerful. And I taught him of the ways of the outside. I named him Stephen. Stephen Dunder. He
The
was my
thunder
son.
from down under.
Yes, that is what they called him. See, we had to. The clans, the tribes, they didn't used to cooperate like this. It was blood. We were continuously at war. But Stevie, he ventured forth into a mana storm and came out. And because they're not too stable, they saw this as he was a prophet. And my Stevie, he had the idea that he would fight the champions of each tribe, and if he was to be victor, he would unite them and stop the warfare. He
I
beat
take
them
it
all
that didn't pan out.
he defeated them all in single combat, and they followed him. That the Scorched, his own clan, which are now named the Stormborn, which is us, the Guzzlers, and many others. They banded together, not under one banner, but they came together and stopped fighting. But the Outriders came for him. The Shadow Riders. They saw him as ready for the tithe, and they took him away. And well, occasionally the Shadow Riders would come back, we would ask them for news of our Dunda, and they would show us this. Come, I must show you the relic. And like, she brings you inside the truck and pulls out this old 2050s Trideo projector. You're not even sure they make them anymore. And she clicks the play button, and suddenly, like, this hologram of Stevie Dunder says, "Right, now this is a Barghest. You gotta be careful around him. The How can stun a man for miles, and when you're stunned and paralysed, what they'll do is they'll leap at your throat and bite it out. What you gotta do is make sure they can't. You're wearing protective headgear, so the How can't do much. All right. Now I can't hear anyone out of this thing, so." Make sure, and like, some TV stuff happens. He's like, "All right, there's the main bitch. Now watch this carefully as I engage her." And he basically just fucking suplexes her, and like starts wrestling this Barghest, and then it cuts out briefly, and it's like. They took to worshipping him as a god. He told me just before he left that he would come back for us. He would save me from this fucking hellhole, and he's dead.
Well, I got a present for you. So I pull out my Metalink, my shitty little Metalink, and well, I pull out my Trans Savalon first, of course, and I download the entire works of Stevie Dunder. Didn't he have a TV show? Or was
He
it
had
just
a TV show.
Yeah, I download the entire works of Stevie Dunder and I stick it on the Metalink and I give her the Metalink. There.
She blinks 4
Go on.
times and says, "I'm sure the clan will be pleased with this, and they will gladly see you as part of their ranks. But I have other ideas. You see, the Guzzlers have gone off and are attempting to do a raid. They're currently weak at the moment. They're scorched. They're getting stronger. They're raiding settlements. They're taking prisoners. They're reaching too far. They're becoming a threat. Now, I need you to save us. The people they've taken, they're currently in that cargo container. Not cargo container. They're in that transport ship vehicle. They're gonna turn them into fucking terminal psychotics. They didn't turn me. I managed to abuse this whole prophet thing. I just make stuff up, but I get lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's what I say.
If you can save us, and you can save me, and take us out of here, it'll hurt the Scorched, and you'll be saving dozens of innocent lives and be putting a stop to this madness. Please help me.
I'm gonna have to go talk to my crew about this, but
Then you hear
yeah.
Grand Matron, we must beseech these offerings. You must bless our warrior. Go to your people. I must remain as my place. And you see this. Give me a second. You see this guy who's basically walking completely naked as the day was born. And he's this big fucking elf guy, and he doesn't have a single mark on him. Like, no birthmarks, no stretch marks, no scars, no sunburn, no tans. He's pale as hell. And he kneels before the Grand Matron and says, "Matron, bless unto thee myself, so that I may bring victory for the Stormborn."
You fighting in the dome, bruv?
Yes, I am the Untouched.
So I take it you're really good at dodging shit.
No, I simply do not allow my enemies to touch me. I control
what do you do?
this world and the forces within it.
Oh, fuck.
Do not attempt to try and even hope to understand my power. And he begins to levitate.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you know he's a mage. So, oh, fuck, this guy's
fuck.
scary.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it was a real pleasure. Let's say pleasure to meet you. I'll be gone. Fucking. Get the fuck out of here. So I did dash up.
Okay, and then wasn't oh good lord, wasn't Road Spot gonna send a fly spot over to the Scorched?
Yep.
Yep. You can go in person if you'd like.
I don't think any one of us would like to do that.
No.
Yeah,
Not at
I'm
all, no.
manually controlling it so I can crank up my noise reduction to the max. So I don't need.
Cool.
I'm
So
not
the
gonna run
fly-spy-
all this.
The fly starts like flying past like the main sort of tent, where you hear a deep sonorous voice like from a troll go, "Ice, you are the chosen one. You shall bring glory and honor to the Scorched. Do you accept this offering?"
Or the owner, I mean.
And like there's silence and says, "Yes, good. Bring me the brand." And then you hear him like a whisper, "Remember, Scorched, not a sound." Like you hear like slam of sizzling skin and flesh, and as you hear like chains rattling and like flinching. You're not inside whatever this tent is, unless you want to like risk being seen. But
Yeah,
there's
I'd like
not a-
to risk it so I can get more view. A better
Okay,
view,
so-
I mean.
So you walk in and this massive fragging troll, his entire left half of his body is fucking burn marks. He's got no hair on his left side. He looks like Two-Face basically. And his horn is basically melted on his left side, and he's holding this fucking cattle brand of a fire and just pressing it into this man's like the left side of his face, and he's like grinning and grimacing and like holding in screams of pain as he's slamming the brand into already scorched flesh. And eventually, like after seconds of this torment, he lets go, and Ice just kind of goes, "It is an honor to serve you and the Scorched. I wish to bring death to our enemies, death to the Guzzlers, death to the Stormborn, glory to the Flame." Good. Good. How do you guys react to that? Like he's in a bit of pain at the moment, so he's gonna be like ranting and raving for a bit before he gets too much sense.
Obviously, the thing to do is exploit his obvious weakness.
Which is
Yeah, whatever the Australian guy said.
Oh, yeah, well, he's got burns on the side of his face. Sink him in the eye. He probably has high pain tolerance 3, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's got fucked up high pain tolerance.
Fuck. You know what I need? I need K10.
One thing that we can tell about this guy, he's probably not very intelligent.
Oh god,
So-
no.
Yeah.
So,
Oh god.
again, I still say we try to drug these people as much as freaking possible, get everything in our favor, and then go after them.
Alright, now Big Troll Guy is basically gonna come down and start saying, "Remember the plan. You destroy the champions of the Guzzlers and the Stormborn, and we will have control over this. Oh, we want to make them think we want control over the spoils of Mount Franklin, but actually, we want control of them, forge them into the Scorched, destroy any of them who would step in our way. Unite banners under one. Any dissenters will be destroyed. We will become Legion. Do you understand, Ice?" "Yes. Yes, Great Fire. I understand. I shall carry out your will." "Good. Now meditate and prepare.
Okay, new and dose up. What's his face was Zen. Troll guy was Zen. So he loses 2 reaction and -1 to all physical action dice pool modifiers. So awesome. Then we dose mage guy up with we need something that lasts a bit. Like is a slow build up. Or something that, removes all their mental stats.
Yeah, so another alternative way of, instead of fighting in the Thunderdome, you could turn the other 2 tribes against the Scorched and just have them annihilate them. It would be a big firefight, but might be safer than single combat, depending on what you guys are good at.
Okay, would it be possible to buy drugs in this place?
By drones? God, no.
Drugs.
Drugs? Yes. However, this is street level shit.
Right, kamikaze?
Not kamikaze.
Nitro.
Yes, nitro.
Potential.
Anything that you think some crazy motherfraggers would make in the backyard, probably. So they're very big, like, the Guzzlers basically make street level beta meth, and a lot of it.
Who's the Guzzlers champion?
The Guzzlers champion is Panzer, but he's currently on a raid at the moment.
Oh, that's right. So if we fought, like, do we know if he'll be back tonight or just eventually?
He'll be back tonight.
Okay.
Okay, now I kind of wish it's not just 2-man enter, because we could have all 3 of them in, and plus 1 of us, have them fight each other, and we could just swoop in.
If you would like to do a melee, you can put more people in, however, only 1 person can leave. So if you can't really do tag teams.
No, basically, all the 3 champions come in, plus us, 1 of us, have us just keep running and backing away, have them beat each other up, and then once they're gassed, we swoop. That's doable, ain't it?
Yeah, maybe. You'd basically be turning into a giant fucking melee, and it might be more difficult, might be less difficult, depending on what happens.
Again, we just drug him up even more.
Basically.
Okay, so I have an idea. Do these people accept tribute, quote unquote?
Sort of? Explain what you mean.
Would they accept gifts from a fellow combatant? Say I come to them being like, "Hey, I respect what you can do, respect your culture," type deal. Here's a gift showing my respect.
Probably, actually. Probably.
And what if I laced all of that with drugs?
You could probably just come up and say, here's some good drugs I have found, take that, and they would take that as the offering.
Would they be likely to take it before the fight?
Probably, they're fucking psychopaths.
What do you guys say?
Well, what drug?
Well, Corsair said he had Scorched or not Scorched. He had Zen for the mate, or for the crazy Scorched guy. And then what was the other one? Corsair?
Corsair?
Fucking, my mic was muted. Fuck my life. Anyway, moving on. Zen for the like insane scorch guy because it makes their physical stats harder and makes them less strong, which will fuck up his melee damage a bit. And we need something that reduces mental stats or just straight up fucks over mages, which is why I'm currently combing through Chrome Flash. Desperately trying to find something that will be useful.
Don't you got that paralytic, the rock thing?
Mercurium. Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
injection back to the. It works in one combat turn.
Yeah, but
Ah.
doesn't it stay for a long, super long time?
Yeah, but we need him to dose him up. We need to dose him up so it looks like he just fucked up.
Too bad we don't
No?
have a chemist.
No, but it doesn't matter if we can get them to take it, just saying, hey, this is again like this is some drugs, sharing them because I respect you guys and you guys seem to like drugs. Turn the fight in our favor. I mean, if they take it, they take it. If they don't, they don't. Or do we just want to go full on black trench coat and just inject it in them without them knowing?
Okay, what we do is we dose try to source some K10. We dose the mage up with K10, and then we force him to fight the troll guy before the fight. One of them loses, and we just go in. Mop up the rest. Fair enough?
That still leaves the guzzler guy who we know nothing about.
Yeah, well, how hard could he really be?
Well, he's called Panzer.
Yeah, well, so what? He's not a mage, so I'll be able to smash the shit.
Do we know he's not a mage?
Yes, we know he's not a mage.
Panzer? We know the Scorch guy is. Panzer's the guzzler.
Yeah, Panzer is the guzzler. He's the champion of the clan, and he's also the leader of the clan.
So he's probably pretty smart. He'll be the hardest to trick.
You guys still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. We could always go the bribery route.
It feels like a bit of a cop-out. I say we just risk it.
Cool. So at the moment, you've got about 3 sort of options that like you've discovered. There are a few more, but you can fight the gauntlet, go up against them and drug them and sabotage the shit out of them. You can turn the tribes against each other and then escape in the chaos, or you can do alternate sort of round. Save as many prisoners as possible and the Grand Matron and make a fucking break for it in the chaos.
The easiest way I see is going for the Thunderdome, honestly.
Yeah, the easiest way is probably the Thunderdome, yeah. It's also going to be pretty, difficult and deadly. But I have a feeling that Corsair will make it through just fine.
Oh,
I have a feeling.
and would you like to have one singular champion, or are you all going to try your luck in the Thunderdome?
I think Light Show wants a round, and I definitely want a round. Are we going to try and dose shit up?
I think so, or at least offer it as like tribute to them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go up to this guy and I say, hey man, I'm probably gonna be fighting in the dome. It's gonna be a fucking great time. Let me tell you that. I'm I'm a shadow rider. I think that's your turn for me. Anyway, I got some sick ass drugs. Cream
Are
of
you
the
talking
crop.
to Ice?
Yes.
Okay, Ice will look at you and go, Outrider, you honor me with your presence. You speak of drugs beforehand, do you?
Yeah. Like cream of the crop. Like fantastic. Gives you like a Let me find the exact wording used.
Is it a psychedelic hallucinogen?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you can probably
Yeah,
call
it's-
him that. Oh, you're looking for the slang term, are you?
No. It's called Zen. It's a psychedelic hallucinogen. Yes. Yes, it is.
It will show. Are you saying it will
Okay,
show
so
me-
I'm gonna come to him 5 minutes before the fight. Like, I take it we've organized it, so I'm fighting him. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, fair enough.
Yeah. So like 5 minutes before the fight, I'm gonna say, hey man, we're fighting. We're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be fucking excellent. Anyway, I'm dosing up before the fight. I've already taken my hit. It's gonna be a bit of a bit, but you want some?
Yes,
What's up?
give me onto this drug.
Okay, so I give him a dose of Zen.
Okay.
It-
So the actual fight will happen tomorrow night, but this
Okay.
night is it is basically an example of like a. They're sending two of the prisoners into the dome to fight for their amusement, and it's also the time when not Guzzler, Panzer is coming back.
They're just sending in 2 people for this.
Two random civilians who got taken hostage in a raid and are now being forced to fight to the death.
And that's all of them out of this.
A lot of them are just going to be just thrown in. So what's happening is they're only picking 2, and they're basically chucking them in the dome. Whoever survives, their clans will get to decide who wants that person, and the dead one will be harvested for parts.
Right, but it's just 2 people. It's not like they're sending in all of their prisoners all at once or all at
Yeah,
tonight.
just 2 people. It looks like they are kind of like holding out to make it to extend as much as possible, so it can have as much as fun as possible.
Yeah, I say let's just let them fight and then do it tomorrow.
Cool. Now I've got to show you something. So as it comes down to the time where the fight's going to happen, people start to clamber all around the dome, and basically they start to do this. Except instead of thunder, they're saying dunder. Like with the in that too.
Say it again.
They're
Look at the
basically
YouTube link.
singing Thunderstruck, but with dunder instead of thunder. So they're like going dunder, dunder,
Yes.
and like it's just kind of like chanting louder and louder, and you hear one of them scream, "The songs of our ancestor shall guide this night."
Okay. That's Dunder is literally Jesus.
Effectively,
Yes.
crocodile hunting Jesus that has been taken too soon from this world, and the two people are just like thrown in there completely naked. It's just like an orc and a human, and they're saying, "Please, don't make us do it." And then one of them like backhands them and says, "You will fight, and you will find glory."
Bob. Quick thing. Can you make the human an elf?
Why?
Because I want to see the elf die.
No, it'll be a human. And basically, the guy who got slapped basically gets this broken ass like asthma inhaler just shoved into their mouth and just goes.
Guys,
like, it's something fucked up. And the guy goes, will you fight? And then he goes, and then like he just gets smacked on the back, and like the rest of the people jump out of the Thunderdome and slam the doors closed. And then they scream, thunder, 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 and like they start like pacing around each other, and you see somebody like drops a fucking machete down from the roof, and one of them just launches forward for it and grabs the machete and fucking and, like slices into the guy's like arm, and like he just ignores the pain and just grabs the orc by the throat and starts like constrict his jaw, not jaw, his throat, and like the orc is just slamming into this guy's arm, and like the arm just fucking comes off, but like he just keeps strangling, and the orc eventually loses consciousness, and the guy, like human who has lost his arm, is just grabs the knife and just stab into the orc's skull, just fucking murdering him, and then screams like a guttural howl into the air, and like the choruses of dunda, dunda, ah! and then you hear the guzzler say, "I will call the," like the guzzler champion dude, not the actual panther, but one of them. The lieutenant says, "The guzzlers claim this one as our own," and like the others laugh as they say, "Who would want him? He's not got an arm between him." So like the guzzlers take him and basically chain him up so he stops being fucking insane and murdering everyone. And yeah, the blood just sort of like splatters all over the sand, and there's like a howl, and there's exchanging water from hands, like dirty, brown, disgusting water change hand, and like some people change machine parts, there's like betting going on, and someone like punches a guy in the arm saying, "Why the fuck should you chuck a machete in there? I had 50 fucking milliliters of water on the other kid." And like, "Well, fuck you too, buddy," and like punches on. Little bit of murder going on there. Whatever, no one cares.
Whatever, don't give a shit. It's not us that's being murdered.
Yeah, pretty much.
And at about this time, like you begin to hear like the honks and the horns and the driving of a bunch of like vehicles returning to the Guzzler's base. And yeah, if you want to explore that, you can, or you can get some rest before tomorrow night.
If we rest, will we be able to get our edge back? Like, is there enough food and shit to designate a good meal?
Do you enjoy half of a snake? Would you find that as a good meal?
Not me.
Have you ever eaten snake?
No, not really.
It's freaking
Yes.
delicious.
It's awesome.
It's half of one, and it's cooked incredibly poorly.
All you have to do is put it on a spit and put it over a fire. It's not that hard.
Oh yeah, like they've been cooking it over like a hot radiator though.
Your call.
Yeah, it's good-ish, but it's not filling, which is the issue.
Well, I have one edge left.
Well, then you just down a ration bar. Both of those
Yeah, you
combined
can down a ration bar.
should be a meal.
But they're not good food though, so I'm gonna say no to your edge, Corsair.
Oh well.
Make you hurt.
I don't need my edge, I'm just good.
Yeah, MREs are meals rejected by Ethiopians. So, you know, the 2070s, you'd think they'd have given ration bars with taste, but you'd think wrong.
Taste doesn't mean it's not a good meal.
I mean, nah, no edge for you.
Fine.
so-
Whatever.
You guys want to do some checking out or go to sleep?
I do want to check out Panzer. At least see what meta type and everything he is.
I bet he has freaking cyber arms and shit.
More than likely.
Oh, okay. You're half correct. So as you walk into like the thing,
Has he got
you see,
extreme
like,
cyber
they've-
weapons and a junkyard jaw?
You'll see. So as you walk closer into the mob of people, like and tents and shit, you see like there's a big tow truck just pulling another vehicle. Looks like an Ares Roadmaster has just been shot the fuck down, and like 4 more people are being like forced into big prisoner carrier cage prison thing, and and there's a new person there, but person's probably the poor play like poor choice of words, as it's a guy with a liminal body tank.
Son of a
So-
bitch!
His
Son
his
of a
lower
bitch.
half is actually a tank, and his upper half is this big burly like orc dude, and he's got like half of a cyber skull, and he's more machine than man. And there are rumors around like the camp that he doesn't have a heart anymore. It's like an engine that pumps fuel, and he has become one with the vehicle. So that means he must be worshipped as their leader.
Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah, and he looks pretty scary.
Oh yeah, but yeah. Oh, he's not Corsair.
I mean, Corsair
Yeah,
didn't
no.
have
When
tracks.
you say like the lower part of his body is a tank, does that mean like a tank with turret or just like treads?
Doesn't look like there's a turret from what you can
Because
see.
that would be,
And
just
you
that
can-
would disqualify him.
No, it wouldn't.
That would.
Like you
What?
have to get up close to see if there's actually a gun hidden in there, but from afar you can't really tell.
Can't make a perception check to see.
Make a perception test.
Three successes.
Give me a sec. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like he's hiding anything.
That is a very hard yes. Fuck. Okay. Who wants to fight the guy with the gun?
I know who wants to fight that guy. It's the elf that's untouchable.
Untouchable.
You know, the Stormborn's elf.
That is actually a good idea. Could we arrange that?
Depends. Because if you're putting your name in like as the wild card, then they're basically everyone's up against you. Otherwise, everyone's up against the Scorched because they are the challenger. So you have to enter your name as the challenger and then stuff the gauntlet.
Okay, so what's happening is if we want control over like everything and just be able to tell them to do the run for us, we need to enter in as the challenger, beat all 3 people, and then fuck off, and then we win. If we don't, we just have to fight the scorched person, but we won't be able to finish the run afterwards. We'll have to,
We wouldn't get the extra cash, basically.
And I do like
Just
me
kidnap a
some
few
extra.
people.
And I do like me some extra cash.
Okay, I have an idea for Panzer. It's a little risky, but it might work. Are any of you good at palming anything?
I have 10 agility. I guess. Road Spike, how are you with hardware?
I am good with hardware, I think. Let me check. Yes, I have. Yeah, I'm okay at it.
Okay, so what we do is we narcojet the bitch, and then we do some extra modifications on his tank.
Well, how are we gonna narcojet him? Because
Well,
I
First
can
thing,
jury rig his shit
the
so
reason
that it breaks.
the reason I'm asking if any of you are decent at palming, because you have to be trained in it, and I'm not trained for it. Um, Trank patch. Shake his hand before the fight. That's automatic -2 to all tests. On top of it, you could. I'm hoping you could try to at least be hacking his crap outside the dome while we're fighting him, throwing him for
no,
a
it's
loop.
unlikely that we'd be able to hack his crap.
We can at least
Realistically,
try.
like,
I could pose as a mechanic and offer my help in maintaining him, but I kind of don't want to do that.
because you don't want to
Because,
get your shit kicked in if you fuck up. Or get caught.
Yep.
Okay. Now here's something that might interest you guys, and when I say might, it will. You know Skip, yeah, that kid who was helping you out. Well, it looks like he's moving up to Panzer and is actually doing the repairs on him.
Bird spike. Go.
Yeah, I'll approach him. It's like, yo, Skip, need any help? Since I helped him fix the car. That I kind of
no.
So Panzer will look at you and says, "Is this the outrider you spoke of, Skip?" Yes, sir, Panzer. Good. Outrider, why have you come here?
Well, stuff. Specific stuff. Well, we're here for the thing. You know, the knife tattoo and the thing. I forgot what it's called. The
tide?
tiding. Yeah, that one.
You have come to take our strongest warriors, then. Interesting. Tell me, have you made any selections? Do you have any selections in mind?
Well, not yet. Not yet. Good pickings. So there's a lot to choose from. You have a
Can I
good
have
batch.
you roll judge intentions?
Yeah. Give me a second. I will edge that. For success.
As you say, you have no choices yet. You see Skip's face just kind of like drop as he's like, "Oh, damn it! This was my way out." But then he like hides it and starts fixing up his boss.
How sane does he look? From my past encounters with him, ramming his car and shit.
Like being crazy or drug addicted. He's just been telling you what's going on, and he looks apprehensive about having to drive through the hive.
I kind of like this guy.
He has seemed to be the most sane out of all the ones that we've met so far.
Yeah, we might take him. That actually seems like a decent idea.
So I'm gonna ask, I'll ask him. Need any help? And I will take
he's
out
gonna
my,
look you up and
my
down with
toolkit,
suspicion.
My super awesome toolkit.
So have
They
you guys
probably-
decided that you are gonna do the Dunderdome and actually do a fight in there?
Oh. I've been gearing up since the name of the. I've been gearing up for this since the name of the run, man.
Okay, so he will say
Since
no.
Anything.
Yeah, he says it is Cutler's tradition and bad omen if the two champions touch before.
Well, I'm not fighting.
You are still an outrider. I mean no offense by this, but you are untrustworthy by your nature.
Oh, them's fighting words.
And I can understand that. I would not trust me either. Can I talk to, I forgot his name, for something, Skip, for a
You could
quick
probably
moment?
just like leave and then
Something
like
to
grab
do about.
Skip after.
Well,
You don't have to say it.
yeah, I kind of want to take him before you finish repairing.
Oh, like the repairs will go on for a while. Like he's got to do his morning oil change and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, you can get some stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab him. I have something to discuss with him. Thank you for your meeting me, and I
You see
will
Skip's
bring him to the
eyes just
group. I kind of want to.
immediately light up as like, oh god, the Outriders picked me for something. Oh god.
All right, I'll bring him to the group, and someone else talk to him about sabotaging Panzer.
Who?
I mean, I can try it.
Ah, fuck. Bywater. I'm gonna need Look, I'm gonna do one massive assist where I lay down the argument in Australia speak, and then you deliver the punch. Yeah, fair enough.
Works for me.
'Cause, yeah. I'm feeling the Australia slang right now. Okay, so Skip is in front of us, yeah.
Yes, you've
I'm gonna
taken
ask-
Skip away.
Yeah. Oh, hey Skip, how's it going?
Oh, to be honest, bit excited. Got the beats and easy now. What did you need me for?
Why? Well, you see, we're looking for, as you probably heard, we're looking for like the least sane people to, fuck off with us. We got a guy that wants to hire all of you and get you out of the burning sands and shit like that. Anyway, so we're looking into like people. But I see we also need to fuck up the Scorchers.
Yeah.
So to do that,
What?
we're gonna have to win the Thunderdome.
Yeah. What do you need?
Well, yeah. The idea is we punch our way through, but we think Panzer has a couple guns and shit stashed in his, lower half, and that would make it an unfair fight. Let's face it, I can't punch a bullet to death.
Yeah, he's got a couple guns inside him.
Ah, fuck.
He's got a big boomstick that will come out when he forces it to retract. And he got a couple bullets in it. He only got one clip though, so it's more of a surprise weapon when they're not expecting it. He ain't used it much in the Thunderdome because people don't like it, but comes useful in raids and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to ask a favor from you, and maybe we can do a favor for you. But we're gonna need you to load that gun with not bullets but blanks. Do you have blanks, or just no bullets at all? Either will work. And in return, we need to find the least sane people, and you have so far proved to be the least insane people, or one of them at least.
Maybe. So you're gonna take me, yeah? Cause
Oh yeah, he does.
If you are, and I'm burning bridges here, but I might be able to sabotage the gun so it goes boom down inside of him, and when he tries to pull it out, and leaves him stunned for a bit.
Oh yeah, that'd be fucking great, man. And if you do that, we can grab you out of this hellhole. Maybe put you up with some, non-raidy work, and turn you into like someone that isn't going to go insane from sunstroke and mana storm explosion. I'm looking out for my mates right here.
If you're taking me, can you take my mate Axel? Well, we're kind of brothers, and blood don't make blood.
Probably, but we're gonna have to meet first.
I can take him to him. He's real good at driving.
The wheelman. Oh, that's pretty good. Again, we're gonna have to meet him because terminally insane people just can't. He's not terminally insane, is he?
No. He's just like me, except, well, look, don't think I'm insane, okay? Okay, don't think I'm insane, but, well, I can kind of talk to cars. Like, if I'm touching them, I can sort of talk and, like, become the car. And like, I don't know how I do it, but it just happens. And it makes me drive really well. And everyone else just thinks I'm talking Drake, but I did it before.
Yeah, you're a
when
techno.
you shot, you know,
You're a
shot
fucking
Drell.
toast. Fuck my life. Okay.
I nod approvingly.
Yeah, you're
What's a
fucking toast.
toasty?
They're people who can talk to machines. You are going to be extremely useful, my friend. Extremely useful. People are gonna like you.
Oh, good. So I'm not insane. I thought I was going a bit mad from all the heat and well, everything really.
No, you're
Yeah.
you're completely legit.
Probably. We're gonna have to run some tests, but
He sighs
question.
with relief as he realizes he's not batshit.
He's not batshit insane.
Quick question.
There's always the little things.
I got a question for you, Skip. As far as with Panzer, can you talk to his machines?
No, I gotta be touching him. Like, I tried using my mind to do it, but, like, I just get all this weird interference, but I have to be touching the thing to do it.
Yeah. It's the noise. It fucks with everything. Like the only reason we still
No,
work
like,
because
I can be touching the loudest bike, and like, all the noise won't hurt me, but like, I can't connect with anything I ain't touching, you know?
yeah.
We
I
call
get
it
that, I get that.
signal noise. It's not
Yeah.
literal noise, but it's what we call it noise.
Ah,
Or signals
okay.
and shit.
It's kind of like when you're trying to talk to someone. There's a thousand
Yeah.
things going on.
Yeah,
it feels like that. It feels like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know a guy who's a toasty. Actually, he's my what I call a fixer, and educate me on
If you guys want to
shit
take
he
Skip
can.
as a contact or take him back to Seattle, you totally can.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I was hoping.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of want to do that.
You don't have to
A
give him over
toasty
to the
contact.
gang.
He's pretty fucking boss.
See,
Oh.
he takes you to his brother Axel, and yeah, he's a slightly older kid. He looks 15. However, he's basically after this, he basically has to do the race through the hive. He's
So-
also
Axel, what can you do? I'm just gonna just straight up ask him, like, Axel, like, how are you useful here?
folks around here call me a redhead, mate. That means like I'm good with cars. But my brother over here, he's Black Thumb. Black Thumb is like the guys who know how cars work and can fix them up good. So we both useful. But I drive him, he fixes. Make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
And like Skip just kind of like mumbles out, like, I could drive too, and like better than you can. But like he doesn't want to say it in front of his brother, who could probably beat him up in a fight.
So do you want to get out of here?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't really want to be sticking around for the ride. I mean,
Yeah.
Skip's probably got the best chance, but you gotta do it by yourself. You gotta build a scrap metal thing, and I don't have a car. You kind of destroyed mine.
Yeah, sorry. Okay then, settles it. Skip, if you can do
Yeah?
if you can do what we were talking about, actually, can I ask this out of character real quick to Roadspot? Roadspot, do you have
Sure.
any? Do you have any of like the radio tags that you can use to like connect to Matrix stuff?
Data tap.
That one.
That what you're talking about? Let me
Yes.
check. Data tap, Miss Electronics. I don't seem to have one. Nope.
All right. Is there any way that we could? Would there be a way that we could find some here, Bob?
Some gear?
Data
Or data
taps?
tap? Probably not.
Okay. Yeah. Skip. If you can cancel out his weapons, we should be okay.
So Skip kind of like nods and says, "I got to get back to him," and then he kind of like looks at you, and kind of gives you a hug, cause you're the first like human contact with him that hasn't been batshit.
Yeah.
And he runs off.
Oh wait, before you runs
Like
off, I'll
actually, like grab like the top of his head, like pull it against like
1%.
chest or however tall he is.
before he runs off, I'll lend him my toolkit so that he's more successful.
Ooh,
He
good
like
call.
beams. Says these are actual tools. He's
Yep.
just been using like Spaniards from like the 2760s. So yeah, no, that's helpful.
Awesome. I'm sorry, I was just a bit distracted. There's some shit going on with my internet that I don't frankly like. But you know how it is. Dingo net.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I take it we've convinced Skip to be a lad. And we've got his brother Axel, who is also a lad.
One of our rods. I'm guessing we'll probably give. Honestly, I say we give him Roadspock's bike that he's not using, and just have him help us drive out that way.
So that's 2 contestants down. We have not done anything to that the third one, the mage.
Well, that comes down to if Light Show wants him or Panzer.
What happened to Light Show? I have not heard from him.
Yeah, he hasn't said much.
Light
Still
show, you
here?
still there?
Okay, so our current plan is we've sabotaged Panzer's his insurance policy. So Panzer is a little less of a threat right now. I take it he has like some sort of extreme cyber weapon or some shit.
Well, I said try
Yeah.
to disable his weapons. It doesn't mean specifically just below him. It's possible that
Yeah,
he might be able to work some magic.
yeah, technomancer bullshit. Brick his guns, brick his shit. But extreme cyber weapon is basically a chainsaw built in, basically welded to your arm. So there's not very many ways you can disable that.
And that's why I was asking if Light Show wanted him or the mage.
Well, I can't fight the mage. I can't.
No willpower.
No, I've got
No,
a
yeah,
phobia.
phobia of them.
Phobia.
I've got a phobia, which admittedly, throwing me into a ring with the mage would be frankly hilarious and would go a long way to alleviate his fear of mages. I don't think I'm ready for that yet, so fuck that.
I mean, I have no problem fighting him or Panzer. It's just I don't know how good of shape I'll be in after the fight.
Well, so we've got three of us. We've got Mr. Throwing Man. I vote goes for the mage, because the mage can levitate. So we're going to need someone with ranged attacks.
That's kind of my thought too.
Yeah. So, are you right, Lightshow, if you're still here? Are you still here?
For Pokemon TeamSpeak,
Hey,
he
wake up.
said if like he doesn't respond back, he'll take a few seconds. So yeah, we can wait a bit.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
wake up.
right
Well,
now,
we can at least get the other two underway. I say let's just throw it. We'll plan on throwing him up against Panzer, but if I get out pretty much okay versus the Stormborn guy, I mean, I have no problem going up against him as well.
Well, I'm fully prepared to fight a troll who I'm dosing up with Zen. I take it he couldn't actually make the addiction roll for that. Like, it's a psychological addiction.
It's quite possible.
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll for addiction if you're gonna do some drugs.
No, I'm not doing drugs. Like, I've got hold. I've got hold, and that's what I do if I need drugs. But other than that, yeah, if we can.
Yeah, let's just say I'll go after the mage from the Stormborn. We'll have Light Show go after Panzer, and then you'll take care of Ice. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, and one last thing. Since we had said that the fight was the next night, are we going to do like with Corsair giving us the drugs? Are we going to do that as?
Yeah, we'll just skip that ahead.
Okay, that's what I was
Yeah,
wanting to know. So let's go ahead and do that one, and then
Fuck.
yeah, let's go ahead.
Corsair dies, is it?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take care of Corsair, and then
Cool.
we'll jump on mine after that.
I'm also gonna ask him if he wants to. I'm also gonna ask him if he wants to take any weapons in, because I'm fully behind taking my mono sword in. But
Oh, so you need someone to drop a weapon in through the thing in the middle. You have to try and land it in the middle of the. You have to throw the weapon into the middle of the pit, and whoever grabs it first gets to use it. So that's how
Okay.
the weapon system works.
how likely is it that he has wired reflexes?
He's probably an adept.
I doubt it.
I'm gonna get my leaders ready. I'm gonna make some bets.
All right, let's go for it.
Alrighty then. I am so fucked.
All right, we'll take a 5-minute break here while we prepare. So grab some water, grab some VB, whatever you